We are in grade 9 maths, and we are looking at a circle. And in the circle, actually what we are going to be looking at is identifying parts of a circle. Okay, identifying parts of a circle. Now we know that a circle would look like this. A circle would look like this, right? Now if this is our circle, there must be a center. Okay, there must be a center. Now what we need to understand is that the distance around a circle, say you start from here, you move around along the edge or the boundary here, that distance there is called the circumference. It's called the circumference. Circumference. The circumference. Okay? The circumference is actually the distance around the circle. Distance around a circle. So when we talk of the circumference of a circle, we are literally referring to the distance around that circle. So a circle has a circumference. That means circumference is actually the perimeter of a circle. Okay? It's the perimeter of a circle. Okay? Now, like I said, a circle will have a center. The circle will have a center. A circle must have the center. The center is this point here, the middle, the point. Okay? Now, there is, if you move from the center to any point on the circumference, from a center to any point on the circumference here, okay, this is the radius. This is the radius, R. Radius. Okay, so the distance from the center to any point on the circumference is actually the radius of a circle. Okay, but if you can extend the radius like this, straight to the opposite corresponding point on the circumference, then you have a straight line that passes through the center of a circle and begins and ends on the circumference. It's called the diameter. It's called the diameter. Okay, so diameter goes through the center. Okay, diameter goes through the center, and you must be aware that the diameter is actually 2 radii. 2 radii equal to the diameter, because from the center to the point on the circumference, radius. From the center to the point on the circumference, here, another radius. So we have 2 radii in a diameter. Right? Okay, now let's say we draw a straight line from a point on the circumference to another point, but this straight line is not passing through the center. Once we do that, we have drawn what is known as the chord of a circle. The chord is a straight line like a diameter, except that the chord does not go through the center of a circle. Okay? The chord doesn't go through the center. Okay? So if we draw this and say AB is a chord, now a chord will divide the triangle, it will divide the circle into two segments. Okay? So that means a chord divides a circle into segments, two segments. So this is a segment, this one, and this is called the minor segment, and this is called the major segment. Okay? So if we have a circle like this, and we draw a chord somewhere, so our circle is divided into this segment, okay, and this one. So the larger segment is called major segment. The smaller segment is called uh, minor segment. Okay? So from here to here, let me show you this. From this point around to this point here, that is called the arc. Okay? So that means we also have an arc on the circle, the arc of a circle. The arc is actually this. From here to here. From this end of the chord to this end. So around this fraction of the circumference is called the arc. So an arc is a fraction of the circumference, okay? Now, there is something also that I need us to talk about. You see, if we take this, the chord plus the arc here, the chord plus the arc here, we form this shape here. What is this shape? We said this shape is a segment. So that means a segment is made up of the chord and the arc. The chord plus the arc. Okay? A segment is made up of a chord plus the arc. Alright? Chord plus arc will give you the segment. Alright? Now. Good news. We also have this scenario in mathematics. We also have this scenario. Let me show you what we may have. We may have our circle, okay, center, and we realize that we have this, the radius, and another radius. Then let's talk about this region here. The region between two radii and an arc, this region, or this one, two radii and this arc. So this larger arc is called the major arc. The smaller arc here is called the minor arc. So now the region or the shape formed by two radii and the minor arc is called a minor sector. Minor sector. So a sector is also a part of a circle. A sector. A sector is also a part of the circle. So we have a minor sector and a major sector. Okay? That is that. Now, we have discussed these parts of a circle in this manner so that at least you have um, um, a clear understanding of the circle and its own parts. You're going to realize when we get to grade 10 that this knowledge is going to be very important to you. All right? Okay. Now, this is the end of our presentation on circle.